Bad credit limits the options of borrowers when it comes to how financing will work out for them. Washington consumers do have many options for seeking financing within the state and nationwide. Although the U.S. economy is slowing to a crawl, Washington is among the few states that are continuing to prosper during these tough financial times. This gives consumers in the state certain freedoms when it comes to getting auto loans, as lending companies are more flexible in areas where capital still flows. Having bad credit, strangely enough, is not tied to credit. In fact, what goes into a credit score includes a number of credit-related activities and conditions, but income does not figure into the process. A credit score is calculated on 5 factors: payment history, amounts owed, length of credit history, new credit accounts, and types of credit used. This can work in a consumer's favor if he or she is trying to get approved for an auto loan. Washington lenders seldom rely on credit scores to make the final determination for loan approval, no matter what the scores reveal about the consumer. Instead, they rely on several factors to determine the creditworthiness of a client, including income and how much debt the client carries in relation to that income. What the client seeks in the way of a car also has an effect on the outcome of a loan application. Realistic expectations indicate to the lender how responsible the client will be with the obligations of an auto loan. A client who overreaches on the price of the car is likely to mismanage finances in other ways. Reliability is a key factor in bad credit auto loans. Having a bad credit score is an initial indicator that the consumer may have some reliability issues. But if that consumer has a recent history of paying down existing debts, a steady income, and has a check on his or her debt load, there is a strong chance that a lender will approve an auto loan. Washington has hundreds of lending companies across the state, many of which are tied to car dealerships. And this large population of financing vendors means a competitive market for the consumer. Even with bad credit, a consumer is not stuck with a bad deal. When a consumer with bad credit is willing to put in the time and effort to research lenders across the state, for that matter, across the country, that consumer can literally shop for the product that suits his or her budget. Depending upon the lender, special incentives are sometimes advertised to bring in new business. And that business includes people with bad credit. Lending agencies may lower interest rates and reduce fees if a consumer with bad credit meets certain criteria that overcomes his or her bad credit score. As mentioned before, proof of steady income, low debt, and wise car choices can go to improve the potential borrower's chances at reasonable interest rates. Dealership financing works similarly to that of other lending agencies. The key difference is that the dealership acts as an agent for a number of financial institutions, selling financing packages made available from each. This includes the financial arms of auto manufacturers, which offer factory incentive plans that can reduce interest rates for certain borrowers on certain car models. Dealerships rank as the #1 source for bad credit auto loans in Washington for the simple reason that they're convenient for the customer. These are referred to in the industry as buy here, pay here dealerships. While they stand as the best source for bad credit approval on auto loans, they do come with certain pitfalls: higher interest rates, loan costs as a result of dealership commissions, and the hard sell. Washington covers a lot of ground, over 70,000 square miles, making it the 18th largest state in the U.S., which means there's a lot of territory to cover in the average car. This kind of mileage can put a car out of commission at the worst possible moment, such as when a person is struggling with bad credit. But those credit problems don't have to bog a person down when it comes to buying a replacement vehicle. The sheer number of lenders available throughout the state can offer the kind of freedom a Washington consumer needs to stay behind the wheel and in charge of his or her life. Federal Auto Loan. Good credit, bad credit, no credit, all good.